Here at Tank Encyclopedia, we look forward to tank news just as much as our viewers. And today, we are looking at some brand new reveals from the AUSA 2022 exhibition. General Dynamics has exhibited 4 new technology demonstrators, among them a revamped Abrams main battle tank and Stryker infantry fighting vehicle. Let's take a look. The undisputed star of the show is the new AbramsX, a tank, as GD puts it, for the next generation. And there's certainly a lot to talk about here, from a new hybrid conventional electric power pack to the unmanned turret. General Dynamics land systems have certainly put strategic mobility high on their priorities list, with a new power pack resulting in weight savings along with reduced fuel consumption. Weight has apparently been vastly reduced to about 54 tons. The latest version of the M1A2, the SEP V4, weighs over 73 tons, although the AbramsX lacks the additional weight of any add-on armor packages. This should allow the AbramsX to be transportable by more ships and aircraft, as well as capable of crossing bridges that heavier current models of the Abrams cannot. Not to mention the improvements in tactical mobility. The tank is also able to move silently, presumably only at slow speeds, thanks to its hybrid pack. The Abrams won't be sneaking up on anyone anytime soon, but it may make the vehicle less noticeable when peeking over a ridgeline, for instance, or moving into a firing position. Speaking of firing, mobility isn't the only area where the Abrams has had an upgrade. The venerable M256 appears to have been replaced with the lighter XM360 120mm gun or a similar derivative. The XM360 is capable of using the current 120mm rounds, but can also use newer ammunition, such as the advanced multi-purpose and advanced kinetic energy rounds, without modification. In line with the unmanned turret, loading is likely handled by an automated system. If the U.S. Army does decide to pick up the AbramsX as its next MBT, it would be the first main battle tank in the U.S. service to make use of an auto-loading system, as the Army has traditionally favored the inclusion of a manual human loader. The coaxial machine gun appears to have remained, but the typical pintle-mounted machine guns located on the turret for commander and loader have been replaced with a remote weapon station mounting a 30mm M230 autocannon, providing the tank with vastly improved firepower against soft targets, such as infantry and light vehicles, without needing to expend main gun rounds. The system may also be useful in counter-UAV roles against drones. The crew has also been reduced to make further weight savings. The loader, as mentioned, has been removed, reducing the crew to the commander, gunner, and driver, who have all been moved into the hull. The gunner has been moved to the right, with the commander occupying the center space previously occupied by the driver, who now sits on the left. A number of cameras appeared to have been mounted around the hull, possibly as part of a distributed aperture system, similar to those in use by 5th-generation fighters like the F-35 and J-20. Such a system would provide the crew of the vehicle with a near panoramic view of their surroundings while allowing them to remain buttoned up in the tank. On top of these advances, the tank also features a new electro-optical gunner's sight, as well as one for the commander, who presumably still has his override, meaning the commander could operate as the gunner if the situation calls for it. Protection is enhanced with the addition of a trophy active protection system. Finally, the tank features enhanced digital integration with the addition of manned-unmanned teaming, allowing the AbramsX to team up with unmanned assets such as ground and aerial vehicles to improve battlefield performance. The AbramsX is only one of General Dynamics' new toys, however. The Stryker infantry carrier vehicle has also gotten an upgrade, although it's not exactly revolutionary. Like the Abrams, the StrykerX has been outfitted with a hybrid diesel-electric system, improving fuel efficiency and adding the capability for silent watch and silent movement. A remote weapon station on the roof of the Stryker provides the vehicle with modest firepower, presumably the standard M2 50 cal heavy machine gun. There also appears to be a mounting for a missile system, potentially the FGM-148 Javelin anti-tank guided missile. Strykers with such a system have been deployed since 2018 and provide the infantry squad with a mobile anti-armor asset that is able to be used without dismounting the vehicle. The StrykerX is also advertised as having a new layout, with a side-by-side crew compartment providing more internal space for the infantry squad. The StrykerX, much like the new Abrams, will also feature a system of sensors to provide the crew with 360-degree vision around the vehicle. It also possesses the ability to mount an active protection system, although one has not been installed on the displayed vehicle. A new variant of Stryker is also on display this year, with the Stryker Leonidas. A joint project between General Dynamics Land Systems and Epirus, the Leonidas is named for the high-powered microwave array the vehicle carries and is primarily geared towards counter-UAV warfare, engaging single targets or drone swarms. The Stryker is a popular chassis for short-range air defense assets, as its speed allows the vehicle to keep up with maneuver formations. The system itself has already been tested by the Army, and a self-propelled version may be of interest to an Army looking at reinvesting in SHORAD. The final vehicle displayed by GDLS at AUSA this year is the TRX Breacher, a robotic combat vehicle designed with the mission profile of obstacle clearance. General Dynamics has had mixed success with their unmanned vehicles. Their small multi-purpose equipment transport was successfully adopted by the U.S. Army, but General Dynamics was not selected to determine the feasibility of medium-sized robot combat vehicles. This has not stopped them from continuing to develop the tracked robot, 10 tons, or TRX, which was first shown at AUSA 2018 in an indirect fire configuration, carrying an array of switchblade loitering munitions. This year's vehicle is configured for obstacle removal, with a robotic arm and plow ready to clear the way for friendly forces. While certainly not glamorous, it's still an important, albeit dull task that needs to be carried out. And it's exactly these kinds of missions that General Dynamics has geared their RCV for. We can definitely expect to see more from the TRX series in the future. The U.S. Army is expected to move forward with medium-sized robotic combat vehicles next year, and we'll probably see the TRX or a derivative of it presented as General Dynamics' contender for any future contracts for robotic vehicles. That's it for now. It's important to remember that all these designs are tech demonstrators for the moment. The U.S. Army isn't going to be switching to the AbramsX or fielding microwave array armed Strykers in the coming years, but it's definitely a taste of what a future U.S. Army might field in the coming decade or two, although the finished products might look a little different. What are your thoughts? Would you pick up any of these vehicles? None of them? Are there any changes you'd make? Are there any changes GD have made that you'd keep? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, keep us in your sights.